Ladies and gentlemen, I have a serious warning for everybody out there that watches finance YouTube. Welcome back to Strongman's Casting Couch. There is a new grifter syndicate that is forming. That's right, a syndication, conglomeration, co-confiliation, whatever you want to call it, of grifters that are coming together to become the vanguard of the next bull market grift of YouTube. Because how YouTube works is when something is popular, disgusting people come onto YouTube and they talk about what is popular in order to farm views and enrich themselves, regardless of whether that popular thing is good or not. You will notice every single stock or every single cryptocurrency or every single garbage investment that is popular, you will notice a lot of people, a lot of channels will just pop out of nowhere. They'll spring from the heavens or from hell, really, and they'll talk about that subject because it gets them views. And if you get big on YouTube, it really is an easy life. Like, I'm sitting on my couch right now, shirtless, okay? And if I had 100,000 subscribers, I could probably make a couple $100 off this video. Like, it's ridiculous. And to get to those heights, you have to give the people what they want. And what the people want is clownery. That's how YouTube works. Specifically, I want to talk about Jeremy Lefebvre and the Finance Junkies podcast. Now, I've kind of interacted with some of these clowns before. Amit Kukrija, there's a guy I call Fatso. I already forgot his name. But it's like that group of guys that they fluff each other on Palantir and they tell each other how Palantir is going to the moon. Chris Patel, I've seen him. I've interacted with him briefly. There's a bunch of people in that group. The SoFi shill, the guy that looks like White Urkel. And there's a new one, a British girl, Willy Wonka, Wonky Donkey Bunky Bunky Bunky, named Haley Ike or Haley Eek, whatever her freaking name is. But she's some annoying British girl that's also joining their grift syndicate. But all these people, they fall under the umbrella or they participate or they have some kind of affiliation with the Finance Junkies podcast, where they go on there and they fluff each other and talk about how Robinhood stock, which is massively unprofitable, clown market trash, is amazing. They talk about how Palantir is amazing, even though they all bought it in the 20s and 30s, and the stock still hasn't recovered to where it was before, and the revenue growth rate is really not that impressive, and the valuation makes no sense. They talk about SoFi, which is just throwing out personal loans like candy, and it's a massive risk factor. They talk about all of these stocks that are popular with retail, and it is so far enriching them. It is so far working for them. And I say there's a new grift syndicate forming with Jeremy Lefebvre as the head, because I've noticed that a lot of the people that are affiliated with the Finance Junkies have started to interview with, do interviews or meet up with Jeremy Lefebvre. And I think it works both ways, because the grifting clowns in the Finance Junkies podcast, they want the exposure. They want to be affiliated with Jeremy Lefebvre, who is a fraud, a straight up scumbag, idiot, fraud, loser. They want to be affiliated with Jeremy because he has 720,000 subscribers. Even though he's a scammer, he has a huge audience. And if you can become affiliated with Jeremy, there's benefits that come with that. Principally money and subscriber growth. They don't care that Jeremy's a scammer. And if they really don't think Jeremy's a scammer, they're very stupid people. But I think most of them probably do think he's a scammer. But by being affiliated with him, they get more attention thrown on their channel. I've noticed Jeremy's been interviewing them, and they actually went to Jeremy's house, like Amit Spin, some chick that Amit is like being a beta bucks for. I don't even know the girl's name. She's on Twitter. And a couple other those clowns, they went to Jeremy's house and gambled with him. Like, these people are actually connected. So it's this whole new syndicate that is forming. And I've noticed grifters, they all run together. They all run in the same circles. And if you want to join the circle, you can't give people good financial advice. You can't tell people to max their tax advantage accounts and buy index funds. You can't tell people to live below their means. You can't do that because you won't be welcome in that group. And that group it's forming and it's shaping up to, I think, potentially explode on YouTube in the next bull market. Because right now the market's been basically flat. Like I've been watching VT and, it's like, oh, it went up to 100 and now it's 90 and no, it's 98 now. And then, the market's basically been flat. There's not a lot of craziness that's gone on. But these grifting clowns with their connections, they're all forming a syndicate where they can promote each other, help each other out, give each other exposure. So when the next bull market comes around, they can all celebrate that they were victorious, that they knew that this was coming and they knew all their clown stocks were going to go up eventually. And they're all there to fluff and reinforce each other. So the main purpose of this video is to warn you. If you see anybody become affiliated with the Finance Junkies podcast, if you see anybody talk about Palantir or SoFi or any of those other clown stocks, Tesla, if they consistently talk about them over and over on their channel, except for like maybe a passing review, like I talk about Palantir sometimes, but if they always seem to be bullish on those very popular stocks, if they're affiliated with the Finance Junkies, and if they have one interview with Jeremy Lefebvre, if there's one iota of evidence that somebody is affiliated as a friend or a confidant or an acquaintance of Jeremy Lefebvre, one time, that person is a scammer. I don't care what happens in this next bull market. I don't care if Palantir doubles. I don't care. If you are associated, if you went to Jeremy Lefebvre's house and you played cards with him and you went under the table and shined his boots and did whatever other unspeakable things you did down there, you're a scammer, you're a scumbag, and if you are watching these people, you need to unsubscribe immediately because they will cost you a lot of money. These people are not here to help you. They are here to enhance their own personal fortunes. Now, everybody wants to make money off YouTube. I make money off YouTube. Duh. Okay? But I also don't pump horrible financial advice. I don't pump stocks simply because they are popular. These people with the Finance Junkies podcast, if they have such loose morals that they are willing to affiliate with Jeremy Financial Education, if they are willing to talk about Palantir and SoFi and Tesla because they know it gets the views, just to get the views, and that's what they're doing. Mark my words. These people are evil, they're nasty, they're conniving, they're disgusting people. And when the next bull market comes around, they're going to try to convince you that they're smart, and most of you clowns are going to fall for it because all the stocks are going up, and you're going to listen to them, and they're going to F you right in the you-know-what, okay? This is my warning. It's my warning to all of you. Be careful out there. Don't trust these people. Don't trust the Finance Junkies podcast. And do not, if anybody is associated with Jeremy Lefebvre, and that includes Ryan's, whatever his name is, Ryan blah, blah, blah. Any of those people that are associated with Jeremy, ignore them, unsubscribe, and tell them to suck a you-know-what. Talk to you later. Cheers.